Hello guys, welcome back to another live stream here. My name is Simon and we are now live with another league race here. It's the OSRL Championship back at it again. It's round 13 here in Mexico for another exciting race here in OSRL, of course. Hopefully everyone's good if you're in the chat right now, and if you're watching the stream back, here you go, hoping you're good as well. Let yourself know right now in the chat. Let me get the telemetry and stuff up right now. It's of course round 13 here in OSRL, and it's going to be another exciting race here around Mexico. Mexico is one of the toughest circuits on the F1 game just because of the track limits especially, and it's quite tough for the race. Do we have a weather reporter? Let me check. No weather reporter right now, but it looks fairly dry right now. Some guys have gone out already on their qualifying laps or out laps to start their qualifying run. The session is only started by 2.5 minutes as Reza is invalidating on his out lap. You don't want to be doing that, my man. Just gotta be careful there. Apart from that, looking good right now. Of course, we do have a championship battle on our card right here with Koen, Matthias, Lemon, all against each other, and then a slight underdog with Luis. I'm not even sure if we can win the championship anymore, but let me check right now. Mercedes can win the constructors this race if they score more points than AlphaTauri slash Matthias, since he's the only AlphaTauri driver in right now. So Mercedes have got a good chance to securing the constructors right here. But drivers like Lemon, Kasai, Luis, and of course Matthias himself won't make that easy for himself. Track limits here are the one of the toughest on the entire game, where you can so easily cut a corner or run too wide to start your lap, whatever. We're on board with Luis right now as he starts his lap in the Ferrari, teammate with Kasai for the weekend. At least I thought so, but he is in the Williams, so they're not teammates. Never mind. Was Luis now going through turn 1, taking a nice apex here. Indeed, he can cut turn 1 and 2 very slightly, and it didn't invalidate, so that was a decent turn there for Luis as he sets a 27.6 first sector. That's a very good first sector here. Not purple it seems, as other guys seem to have gone quick. Oh, slight moment there for Luis. Slight moment there, just slight overstay here, but didn't lose too much time here. And now we come to the most important section of the track, the S's. Looking very neat and tidy right now. Beautiful helmet by the way, as Joe goes faster with a 13.8 in the McLaren. Again, no major mistakes there from Luis, as he does a 54.8 middle sector. Again, using maximum of the track here, as we now come to the cars or the stadium section. Very nice section here in Mexico. Coming through the final turn, where will Luis end up for this lap? And it will be a 13.6, only 2/10 ahead of Joe, but that's a very good bank lap there from Luis. He must be pretty chuffed with that. There's now some guys on our lap as well, like Prain. Prain is a couple of tenths, I think, down, or only like a few thousandths away from Luis. If he just nails this lap, he could be on for professional pole right now. As I nearly choked to death. I don't want to be doing that, of course. And there comes Prain to the line, and he goes even third fastest. So he must have messed up his final sector here, because he was pretty darn close to Luis in the middle sector, but not a great final sector, which puts him right now in P3. But I know Prain can go quicker, as he invalidates right now for the good measures. As well, the Nachoman is one of the many invalidated, but he's on the out lap. He's going on lap right now. Race is also invalidated, so like I said in the beginning of this stream, the track limits are very tough around here, and it's calling people out right here for this qualifying session. Also, Racer moves nicely out of the way for Luis, who's on his lap back to the pits to change his tires and get another run going with 12 minutes left in this qualifying session. So plenty of time. Racer deciding to go for the lap again. Of course, you have got 3.3 laps of fuel in your car. So if you do invalidate, you can go for a second run. This does mean your tires will go off slightly more, but if you can go for that second run, of course you would want to go for it. Straight line speed is going to be very important here. Look how long the straight. I think it's one of the longest on the F1 calendar, behind Baku of course, which is just unprecedentedly long. But this one is pretty long as well. So straight line speed is going to be important, with a mixture of corners here where you need just to nail your entire lap. Racer with a 28.3 first sector, which is nearly a second slower than Luis, so looks to be a bit on the ropes right here, Racer. In the Renault. I've had a struggle so far this season, and Racer for him as well. It's not been a great season, but then again he's shown potential that he can go kind of quick here, kind of quick around circuits. But we'll see. As it goes very wide there, so what a mess of a lap so far by Racer. The Dutchman with a 16.6 in 4th place right now. Many guys not having posted a lap just yet. Twitch Lemon going for that banker lap. He's done intermediates, what a guy. He thinks it's gonna be raining in this qualifying session, even though like the clouds are nowhere to be seen around Mexico today. Twitch Lemon thinks it's ready for intermediate, so this guy is on a different wavelength to all of us. Please support this guy right now in chat. Twitch Lemon, or TG Lemon, may I add. Sorry about that. This guy thinks it's ready for intermediates and he's going really fast right now. Gotta make sure he needs to qualify, of course, on the dry tires. Because I don't think it's just ready yet for the intermediates, if I'm really honest. So now a couple of guys are on the lap, like Koen. Koen going towards the line right now. Didn't see most of the lap, and he's going for a 13.3 here. That's provisional pole right now for Koen. 3 tenths ahead of Luis, so Luis got a big job on his hands to get anywhere near Koen even. Same for Joe and Prain as well. As both racing points are now 6th and 7th. Racer in 5th with a 15.9. That's 2 seconds slower than the guys in the top 4, so I don't know how these guys in the lead find their time, because it seems like Renault and Racing Point are struggling a lot right now. As Franchise goes a second faster than his teammate in 5th place right now, so that's a decent time. Attendance it's a bit disappointing right now this season with this race, sorry. And yeah, it clearly shows only 12 drivers in right now with three full teams, I think it is. 4 teams are fully right now, so that's not what we like to see, to be honest. We want to have good attendance for every race, but that's just not the case right now. Disappointing, but you gotta accept it, and hopefully attendance will improve in the future. Lewis is going for a second run right now, slightly down on his time, but only just, so he can easily improve still if he just really nails this the SS sector here. Looks neat and tidy here, and he's found 5 tenths nearly, so this is looking good for Luis. Franchise pulling out the way, that's good. Can Luis now nail his final sector to get pole position back from Koen? These guys are battling very hard, of course. Every single race they are battling against each other, so that brings me as commentator very excited. Let's go 13.2, improved by 4 tenths and takes pole back from Koen. It was a good lap there from Luis, taking back pole position for the time being. But there's still about 8 minutes left in this qualifying session, so at least I think 2 runs maybe. At least 1 run, of course, but maybe even 2 runs. But that's a good lap from Luis here. Can he go even faster? It's the time for Koen to respond to the challenge right here. Joe right now in P3, looking very decent. Both Williams still in the pits, not anywhere seen right now on track. Of course, because I was on track at some point, but not right now. As Prain now going in P2 here, beating his teammate. So Prain is definitely in the mix right here in the outer Merc. It's a very good lap there. Not quick enough to beat Luis, but certainly a good time for P2 there. And he's ahead of his teammates, so that's always a good result. Prain's really improving his pace right now in the league. He was always a bit behind Koen, at least like 4-5 tenths on his good day, but now it really seems that Prain's improving his qualifying right here, and it really shows that he's able to match Koen in qualifying. Will it be the same in the race? We don't know, but it's looking promising for Prains, who is right now in P2. So he's got to keep it up, keep up that consistency. So well done to him. Was still 3 drivers needing to post a lap here, Matthias and Kazai. Matthias has gone for an out lap, it seems. He is going to set a lap right here. Going for an interesting warm-up lap. That's not something I would prefer. It seems like he's just pushing right now so he can find out the limits. I think he's gonna start at the back again like usual, and he's pulling into the pits right here. Just get used to the track. And there he goes. Just get used a feel of the track. Very nicely here. As Kazai also like a touch lemon thinks he's ready for intermediate, so these guys are just crazy right now, to be honest. Vinci is one of them. I'm expecting to post a lap still, but he is deciding I'm gonna save my set of tires for the race, it seems. I don't know if it's gonna rain in the race or it's gonna be fully dry. We don't know just yet. As Matthias has retired now from the session, he's gonna be starting on the back with Kazai and Lemon. Koen has invalidated, so that means only 1 run left for him in this qualifying session. Bit on the ropes right now, Koen. He's gotta get delivered. He's now taking a very secret line right here. No one has seen that. Yep, stream, I'm talking to you. No one has seen that. Easy. Let's go. So Race has finding a bit of time. 10th up on this time. Can he get anyone near his teammate? He is only 3 tenths behind. 11 thousandths up on his time. In the Renault, both Renaults in 5th and 6th. Can they convert that into good points? And he makes a big mistake there. And that will ruin his time. And he's going into the pits for his final run. To prepare for his final run. Slight mistake there. I don't think he was going to beat Franchise, but he was certainly getting close at that point. But that's not what he wants. No, Franchise on his outlap for his final run this qualifying session. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting race right here. Frenzy is still in the pits, because I setting it up on intermediates just to gain those 2 positions, it seems. A lot of grip for intermediates, despite being a fully dry track. As the Nachoman is now on his lap. Coming to the SS. I don't know what its first sector was, but it seems it's running very wide. You can clearly see the difference between the top guys. Oh my days, big mistake there, and he validates, he spins! And he crashed, big crash there from the Nachoman. Big crash. That car looked to be all over the track and indeed has gone into the wall. The racing point is out of this qualifying session. It looked not on rails right now, this car, and looks in absolute bits right now on the side of the track. Green flags, it says, even though there's the car next to the track, literally on, it seems like the racing line. So I don't know what they're smoking here in Mexico, but that's fine. That's fine. As Franchise is only just down on his time, but they can easily improve still. There he goes, just past the point where the Nachoman crashed. He's 2 tenths up, so again, oh, he invalidated. Oh no, Franchise invalidated. He was 3 tenths up, would not have gained him any position, but certainly would have improved his time by a decent margin, so he could have completed that 5th spot, which would have been nice. But can he get 1 run still in? I think most guys are going out on their laps right now. I think he should be able to get 1 more lap in, for sure, so And of course there's the intermediate runner of, I think that's Kazai. Yes, it is indeed Kazai. Frenchie doesn't seem to go for a lap, as now both Joe and Luis are right behind each other. Lemon is on intermediates, like, what's going on? If you're gonna do the interstrat, make sure everyone does the interstrat. Frenchie has gone for no runs. He is retired from this session. Talisman crashed, unfortunately. That car looked all over the place and unfortunately just lost the car and crashed heavily there into the wall. Might have to do some setup tuning in the future, so to make sure he's comfortable with the track. Joe's pulling slightly clear of Luis. Some drivers would like to do some different outlaps. Some would like to go a bit slower and some like to go a bit faster. And you see clearly that Joe prefers to go slightly quicker just to get a feel of the track and get his tires really warmed up, whilst Luis is going slightly slower. He really likes to take care of his tires, keeping them nice and cool, so he's got maximum grip for his lap, as he's behind the Williams of Kazai. I don't think he wants to be behind him when his run starts, as there's Reza now on his lap. Don't want to get hold of him. Oh, he's down, he's invalidated on his time, so I don't think he will complete a lap. Only about, I think, 40 to 50 seconds left in this qualifying session. If you're in a job right now, get yourself known right now. Let's get interacting right now if you can. Joe's installing his lap, taking maximum of the track like every driver does, and going through turn 1 and now turn 2. Looking neat and tidy apart from that exit. Big mistake there from Joe, bit too excited on the throttle. And he has won 2 tenths, but God knows how much he would have won if he had just had a clean exit there. This is looking much better compared to turn 2 at least. Looking nice and tidy. Yes, clean exit again. Going through the S's right now. Going left, now right. Back to the left. And then another right. Make sure not to invalidate here. He's slightly lifted there, as you can hear by the audio. Slightly lifted, and he's found 3 tenths. Not enough to gain a position, but certainly a decent time. How much can he gain in the final sector? Hitting the inside curb. No problems here for Joe. Coming through the final corner now. Where will he end up? And he makes a huge mistake there. Slight mistake there, and it will be 13.3. That time, if he just did not make those 2 mistakes, he would have gotten at least P2 even. But that's 2 big mistakes, and Prains made a mistake there on his lap, so his qualifying is done. Koen is also still on his lap. Luis, where is he? Luis is backed out. So it's up to Koen to get pole position here. Can Koen get pole position here? Koen has found 2 tenths. Koen has found 2 tenths. Will he get pole position? Will he bottle it in the final sector, or will he get pole position? It's looking very nice. He just has to be careful. Coming through the final corner now. Will it be pole for Koen? It is by 2,000 of a second. 2,000 of a second, and Koen gets pole by such a small margin. Unbelievable scenes right here. Koen picks up pole just about. What a qualifying session right here. Only 2,000s. Koen took it really careful there in the final couple of corners, just to make sure he doesn't ruin his qualifying or his pole position lap. And he certainly was on the limit there, only just beating out his rival by 2,000. Prain very close as well, only a tenth away. And Joe he put in a good lap, but of course those 2 mistakes did make the difference between P4 and maybe even P2. But that's qualifying done. The race order will be Koen on pole, Luis in second, Prain in third, Joe in fourth, Franchise in fifth, and sixth for his teammate Reza. So good qualifying there for Renault. The Nachoman in seventh, Underboss in eighth, and then on the intermediates, the Haas of Twitch Lemon, Frenzy in the Williams, and Matthias in 11th, and then 12th will be rounding out the grid will be Kazai. Six guys watching right now. Welcome into the stream, guys. We appreciate it. Not even close. Laughing my ass off. Nah, Koen, you were on the limit there. that's for sure. Unbelievable qualifying. And it is dry for the race, it seems. Well, clearly it's looking very dry. Looking at the Finnish flag, a European flag, the Polish flag for the Polish drivers, a Mexican flag there. Looks to be an Australian flag, just all sort of flags in the world right here. Around all around the world flags, and I don't know what I'm talking about, to be honest. I'm talking all sorts of rubbish right now. If I'm honest, as we were waiting for the start of this race, drivers preparing for the formation lap. Luis and Reza and Lemon are ready for this race. So is Frenzy right now. So most drivers looking good for this race. It was a very exciting qualifying session, but can it just be as exciting in the race? That's what we're looking for. Oh, I think yeah, 4 guys can pick whatever tires they want. Wait, did I put formation lap on? Oh, I don't think I did. Oh dear, I didn't put formation lap on. Whoopsie. I think we're gonna have to restart here because I didn't put formation lap on. Oh, I messed up. Yeah, I'm gonna restart here. I think. Oh, I messed up. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna leave the session now. I accidentally forgot formation lap. Sorry about that. That's not what we like. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I forgot. That's not really fair to all the drivers, so I'm gonna do a quick restart. People on Inters when it was dry. I don't know what people are doing, to be honest. Yes. I don't know what people are doing in this qualifying session. You can help them, I think. Maldonado, you should be good enough for that. God damn it, qualifying off. Sun grip, custom grid, 50% weather dynamic. Oh, it was dry race, so invites only. God damn it, that was not good for my part. Formation up, here we go. That's on. Rules and flags on. Vehicle damage full. Park VMA on. Strict. You can see that since we run in this league right now, so you guys know, braking system off. There's a my bad there, guys. So it won't happen again. Delete track. Let me invite them now. Bit unfair to have the drivers set a lap or to have no formation lap. We don't want that. Make it fair for everyone. Let me Discord changes. Spectate. Oh no, can't just yet. This can be a mistake. Move up. Move up. Oh, move him up. Both Renaults of then franchise, then Racer, then MF Underboss joining soon. Donachima was there. Frenzy was lower down. Kasai was lower down. He was one up. We're just waiting for Underboss right now. grid editor. Move up player. Keep changes. Spectate. I guess that's us ready then. If they pick a car. Turkey 2020 flashbacks in it. Wait, is Flo commentating too? No, he isn't. Wasn't expecting to be that bored that I'd watch OSRL again. Yeah, sick one, mate. Formation lab is on. Here we go. Race gonna start. Finally. Took bloody ages. Even though it was my mistake, but we're finally going underway. Took a bit of a while, but we're here. For the race. So we're waiting for the start of this Grand Prix. As formation lap is on, I was scared for a second that formation lap was again off, so you inside bin stands were useful. Come on, man, why you gotta do me like that? Like, come on, man. Come on, man, you gotta be nice to me, man. Gotta allow it. So checking the guys who are starting on different tires. Of course, the top from 9th to 12th can choose whatever tires they want to start on, since they didn't start on the tire, or they qualified on the tire which is not used in the dry, or just didn't settle up. So apart from that, everything looks correct and we're ready for this race. This does mean fresh tires, so 1 to 2 laps less usage in the tire, because I'm going for an interesting line here. Some drivers may have forgotten to use a setup, so that will cost them as well. But we'll see. Only 12 drives in, really disappointing, but just the way it is. Hopefully we can get more drivers in for next season, as Koen, the leader, will bring up the grid right now. as now drivers are now lining up to their grid spots. It's gonna be an exciting one, despite the little delay we had. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited. Let's go for it. Because now the drivers are now lining up to the grid spot. I think, yeah, the lights are glitched, of course. And engine everything, and it's lights out, and away we go. It seems to be a very good start there from Lewis. Bad start there from Koen. Oh, never mind. It's a drag race right now. Prain with a good start. Can he even take the lead right now? Although they're still side by side. Lewis down the inside there, but Koen breaking later takes still the lead. Joe up to third place, overtaking Prain. French has a good start, up to 5th. Racer with an appalling start, down to 11th. As now, there goes Luis, down the inside, making contact with each other. But Koen keeping the lead there. Joe able to follow in behind. Prain also following closely behind. French is also not too far behind. Kazai made the best start of all of them. From P12 to P7, so good start there from Kazai. Again, looking very competitive. As now trying to overtake the Nacho Man here in P6, so he managed to keep ground there in P6, but he's gonna remember those guys behind him are much faster, and there goes Kazai gaining just so much more speed to the corner, and has kept Kazai is now gone up to P6 on the medium tires, interestingly, of course. Louis is looking very feisty. Look at him, it's only half second behind. Joe not able to follow the tempo of the leaders. Prain's also falling slowly behind. Prain did not have a good start, which meant he was behind Joe. And look how close Louis is really on the charge here, trying to fight Koen. I don't think he'll win the championship anymore, but he's fighting with every will he's got right now, and he's proven to have a decent fight again. As Kazai made another overtake, passing Franchise. Lemon also top P7, so trying to overtake his rival Kazai. Would even, yeah, it's on the mediums. French is going on the hard tire, so he's going different. I think he's going for the one stop hard medium. So it's gonna be interesting where he will end up. He will lose time now compared to the field, but will gain it later on when the pit stops will be made. And Frenzy is of course on a different tire compound than his teammate, but he'll put up a fight. He'll definitely put up an interesting fight. Koen did a fast lap here. Louis still in the DRS. Prain still in the DRS of Joe. Joe not in the DRS of Louis. DRS will be enabled after a couple of straights, but not on this lap, I think. After indeed the rear wings are close on the cars. And Kazai is only 1.3 seconds behind Prain. And now Lemon has gone up to P6. The Nachaman down the inside on Franchise. The Nachaman made a decent overtake there. So Franchise lost 2 positions while just going down the straight. Matthias made a relatively slow start here, just only in P9, and seeing Kazai just drive away in the distance. And of course Lemon, who's of course now got clear air, and he's gonna be stuck behind him in the middle sector, which is not where you want. It's the part of the circuit where you can gain the most time here. So it's not going to be a great day for Matthias. That's one less lap to gain on his rivals, as Underboss gets the first penalty of this race. And Underboss has got damage, so he must have made contact with another driver. And you can clearly see he's struggling. He is defending the inside, but I don't think it will matter, as Reza is trying to get in the points now. Skoons at the fast lap. Luis still in the DRS. Prain still in the DRS, and Kazai is slowly closing on him. Gap is 1.2 seconds. Kazai is just losing so much down the straight because he is got clear or no DRS, so that's why he's losing time on the straights. But in the corners he might be able to gain because of the less of dirty air, but that's a bit wide there, so that's gonna be a warning there. like I said, track limit is going to be very difficult for the drivers. He's very low in ERS as well, so I don't think Kazai's got it planned very well. Whilst Prain has got a lot of ERS, same for Joe. And the leaders have all got 60%, and Kazai is only on 20%, so he's not doing well. He's trying to get in the DRS, and his rival behind him has got 60% of Lemon. So he's trying to gain on him. And the Nachoman was in the DRS of Lemon, but I don't think he's gonna lose the time. Matthias has only just overtaken Franchise. So Real Matthias making very slow progress here. Unboss gets another penalty, having lost the position to Reza with damage. So I think the best bet for him will be just to pit right now on this lap. Get the front wing off, get new tires, new front wing, and gain some pace and maybe go back in the top 10 ahead of these guys. Only drivers can pick up a penalty apart from the Nachoman. Both racing points not doing well in terms of track limits, but everyone has kept it kind of clean right now. Apart from Luis, I need to stop jinxing it. So that's a penalty for Luis. Pushing very hard it seems, and he is very close to Koen, so he's really putting on the pressure. Prain also in the DRS of Joe still, and Kazai has gone in the DRS of Prain. So I don't know how it's gonna overtake, because Joe has got a little bit of margin, and then Prain will hold up Kazai there. So this is actually good for the battle ahead for Koen and Luis, who can drive away a bit from Joe. Joe's really doing them a favor right now. Doing a decent job, but I don't think he can keep that third place, if you're completely honest. And Underwood gets another penalty, so he's already on 9 seconds after 5 laps. So if he keeps up, he will be disqualified from the race. So that's not good for that's not good news for Underboss, who must try something else to not get disqualified from the session. And there goes Luis. Luis around the outside of Koen. Koen defending the inside. Going around the outside is Luis. They give each other room, but it will be Luis taking the lead here. And it's got DRS, and it will be Luis taking the lead from Koen. Koen thinking better about it, not using as much ERS and just letting him go through, as Kazai is now overtaken Prain. So Prain lost the position. Can he now overtake Joe here? This is not good news for Koen, who's now in the dirty air of Luis. Luis really driving away, so Luis must have found a comfortable setup and is really driving away from Koen right now. Koen struggling in the race. Qualifying pace looked decent, but in the race it seems to be a different picture right here, as Luis has got the pace right now over him. And Underboss has got another penalty, so 12 seconds after only 6 laps. So at this rate he'll be disqualified by lap 12, which is not what we want to see, of course. Taking a little bit of sip of my drink, so we can continue to watch the race. As Koen has used that ERS close up to Luis again, because I out to third place on the medium, so he's really using that medium set advantage. Though his fight after only 7 laps has fallen off for third place. Can he continue to show? Can he follow him in the DRS? Can they DRS train each other towards the leaders? As Lemon is kind of struggling to catch up to the cars ahead, 4 seconds behind. Kazai is really shown that the pace he is shown on the mediums is proving to be very quick right now. This really looks really nice on track right now. Pushing very hard, nearly clearing Joe of the DRS. Also, we got another comment on the stream. Let me check right now. Kazai is just really fast right now. It's insanity. The guy has just shown how much pace he actually got. The Season 2 champion here, proving to be shown just once again how quick he really can be. Prain is now, can he do the same on what Kazai did to Joe now? Yeah, he saw it last. He saw it last, and just like incredible pace right now. Incredible pace right now. As Twitch Lemon really proving to be not able to follow the tempo here. He's even dropping away from the guys ahead. So I don't know what's going on with Twitch Lemon today, but he really seems distracted. Did he load the setup? I don't think he did. As Underboss gets his usual penalty once again. He's on, I think, 15 right now. 15 or 12 at least. So yeah, so Twitch Lemon really struggling. And same for Matthias. Matthias not shown any pace right now. On mediums as well, yeah. Incredible pace for Kazai, but really showing that Twitch Lemon and Matthias just pulling them the backside really. And just showing that they don't have the pace right now. Kazai isn't really gaining on the leaders. But Joe and Prain are just in the battle of their own. They just spent more steering wheels than I spent on FIFA points. Good comment, good comment. So he really pushes hard, that's why he destroyed so many wheels. As Koen takes the lead! Koen, I've missed the battle there. Kinda unexpected, but Koen takes back the lead. It's a good penalty from it. He was slightly aggressive. He was slightly aggressive and he has taken back the lead. As Underboss has now retired in the pits. He thought, I've got too many penalties, let's retire now. Let's retire now from the race. And Koen has taken back the lead. I don't think this is a good... It's got clean air right now, so this is probably a good plan. Again, Prain again proving to be stuck behind these guys. He's just not able to overtake Joe here. It's just proving to be very difficult. I think the best bet for him is just save ERS and tires and maybe do the overcut. That's so that some drivers would like to use. And have fresh tires later on in the race. The race will have a 2-stop, soft, medium, medium, or soft, medium, soft, or even soft, soft, medium. We'll see. As Matthias picked up a penalty, so he's really improving to have not that pace as he usually has. With a penalty and closing up to his buddy Twitch Lemon, and Drachaman picked up a penalty as well. So the drivers who have not got a penalty so far are doing relatively well. Again, Prain 3 has got no... It's just not close enough to overtake Joe here. Joe proving to be very strong defensively here. Prain stuck in the dirty air off the car ahead. Just not able to do anything here. Joe isn't really using that much as well, so he's just got to keep it up, the McLaren driver. Also because I is just slowly but surely closing its gap to the leaders on the medium tires. So yeah, it's gonna be a matter of time before Kazai will close that battle. It's really showing that he's closing the gap right now. After soft tires, it's going off, of course. So Kazai will have that medium tire advantage right now. But guys will pit on the softs very soon, so can have that fresh tires and pull a little bit of a gap right now. We'll go for the undercut. It will be Koen, and both are pitting. Both are pitting. Both decided to pit on lap 10, coming out to lap 11. As Koen is done earlier than, of course, Luis. The Merc boys have done a good stop there. Ferrari usually make mistakes on the pit stop, but right now it seems to be fine. Both rejoin right behind each other. I don't think that was a good call there from Luis. I think it would have been better just to do one lap overcut. As worst case scenario, Luis rejoins behind or in between them will be the Nacho Man. So this is not good for Luis. So like I said, he should have done the overcut, and it proves now. He's stuck behind the Nacho Man as the Nacho Man clearly just moves over, thinking very clearly, just moving out of the way and letting the lead battle continue. The Nacho Man in P8, hoping to score some decent points. Franchise behind them as well. Not really, I think, the pace as he had in qualifying. So Matthias nearly in DRS range of Twitch Lemon here. And again, Prain so close to the back of Joe. But what can he do? I think his hope will be that Joe is gonna pit this lap, and he's going for the overcut, and both decide to pit. So they're doing the exact same. Look off. Can the Merc boys help Pray now get ahead of Joe? He's having a very good stop. And he's gone. And Joe will be ahead still. So that was not well planned again by another driver. This time it's Prain. So should have gone for the overcut. But I don't. Would have Styles made it? I'm not sure. Now Release again just stuck behind Koen. This will go of course for the battle for the win. It probably will be. With Kazai. But Kazai has got no penalties right now, as these guys do have both have penalties. Both have 3 seconds right now. Joe and Prain don't have penalties both, so they're doing a relatively good job with that point. But look how far Joe is away from Luis. 9 seconds, despite having a lap. That just shows how much an undercut can show you in terms of pace. Interestingly, Joe has gone for the soft tires again, and Prain has gone for a set of mediums. So we're seeing a different strategy as now. Prain picks up his first penalty. So Joe has gone for the interesting strategy now, really closing the gap. French got a penalty now. He is in 8th place. Only drives to start on the hard tires. And he's ahead of the Nachman, who I think made a mistake somewhere because he was behind these guys. I think he just made a pit stop, to be honest, and then rejoined behind Frenzy, who's just in a bit of clear air right now. Joe really using that soft advantage, already closed up a second, so this is actually not a bad thing from Joe. He's hoping he can close up the gap to the leaders and then go for a set of mediums at the end there, and then showing the pace he's really got. But then after that he will need to defend from those guys. So Joe really needs to show his pace right now, and then at the end hopefully he can defend from that. Saying the purple first sector right now of the race. You can see there by the map, if he goes purple in the sector, then he will set the fastest sector of the race. As Koen picks up another penalty. So it is advantage Luis and Kazai right now. So Koen needs to be careful with penalties. Not underboss status, but he needs to be slightly careful by what he's doing. As Joe is really closing the gap, so really impressive pace, of course, on the soft tires. He's doing a good job. Prain's thinking better about it. He's just saving his ERS and just minding his own race. Only 5 drivers have not got a penalty so far this race, as Joe sets the fast lap, no surprise, on the soft tires. Closing gap by about a second a lap at least. So this is good. This is good for the guys. For the McLaren driver, who's trying to get in the DRS zone of the cars ahead. There could be maybe a late safety car, which will give the guys who have got no penalties a chance to jump ahead of some positions. So if Joe gets no penalties and there will be a late safety car and the guys have like 6 or 9 seconds, then Joe will win some positions from that. If I was racing, I would be winning. Would be nice if you just could say your name then. Because Pastor Maldonado, I don't think Pastor Maldonado will be in the race. As now Kazai pits pretty early, and of course they are on a medium tire, so both have pitted. Where will they rejoin compared to the guys ahead? French has picked up a penalty, so I believe only 4 drivers. As Joe has jumped Kazai, it seems. Yes, he has. Both on the soft tires. And Kazai obviously gonna be much faster, so Joe thinks better about let's Kazai go through. 3 crashes per minute, mate. Woof! Love it. Pastor Maldonado with 3 crashes. The plan for Joe will be here is hopefully he can stay within the DRS of Kazai so they can slipstream each other towards the leaders But Kazai's got insane pace right now. That's gonna be interesting that he goes on the soft now and then also for the second stint. So I think this will be a very dominant performance there for Kazai. But he's got a penalty. I somehow missed it. It's a penalty he got. Let me check, can I see it? No, I can't. I think it's just a warning penalty instead of a 5-second penalty. Otherwise it would have said on the screen. So Kazai pushing the limits too much. This does bring the advantage to Luis maybe, who's only on 3 right now. And of course Joe, who is on 0 right now. So impressive job there. Matthias made a pit stop in the AlphaTauri going for soft tires. Can he show his actual pace right now? Because this medium stint, I don't think he would have been satisfied with it. So what can he show compared to Twitch Lemon, who's done a lap, who pitted a lap earlier? There goes Twitch Lemon closing up to Prane, but Prane is of course on a medium set, going for the soft at the end. Likewise with Twitch Lemon. I don't think Prane will be fighting that position too hard. So Kazai is only 3 seconds behind. Joe, he dropped off Joe very quickly there. As Joe just not able to keep up with Kazai. Just insanity how quick Kazai can really be on this game. We thought Twitch Lemon and Matthias would be very fast, but Kazai took it to another level here really. And he sets a fast lap by 15.2, going a full 1.5 seconds faster than Joe's fast lap, which wasn't even that many laps ago. So you can check in spectator settings how many penalties it is. Where can I find this? Should be alright. Should be alright. Oh yeah, here we go. Spectator menus. Let me check how many penalties everyone has got. Good. Cheers for the information. Gap leader. Fast lap. No, I don't want to know. Oh no. Detail, position change. You can see Kazai's won 9 positions. Biggest loser right now in the race are both Renaults actually. Here you go. All the guys ahead have got 6 seconds. So I told Luis only had 3, but all of them have 6. So that will cost them later on in the race. Yes, thank you, man. Both drivers have got 3 or 6 seconds, apart from Joe and Twitch Lemon. So both doing pretty well, I'd say. But Joe will go with the medium set for his last stint. 17.9 right now. Out there comes Luis or Kazai. Is he gonna overtake Luis? No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. Locks up slightly. Looking at the page right now, they're going much faster right now. We're checking the gap right now. Kazai using loads of ERS. I don't think that's a good plan. Same for the guys ahead. So they're using loads of ERS. Underboss tactical retirement, so nobody sees how many penalties he has. Good plan, I love that. Kazai's overtaken Luis somehow in a corner which you normally don't expect it happens. So that's bad news for Koen. That's bad news for Koen, as now Kazai is using loads of the track right now. Look at him weaving. I think the best plan for Koen is maybe just to hold up Kazai somewhere so Luis can come back in the battle. As Twitch Lemon is really not closing up to Joe right here. He of course cleared Prane, but that it stops there. Matthias nearly in the DRS of Prane. Prane doing relatively well on that set. Just minding his own business. The Nachaman with 9 seconds, so he's got to drive the most penalties apart from his teammate who was retired from the race. And there goes Kazai, takes the lead from Koen. Did we expect anything else? We probably didn't. But Luis seems to be falling away, so his stint on the softs were good, but then his racecraft on the medium is just not on the same level as Koen. And of course Kazai, but he is still in third place, so scoring relatively good points. But if he keeps that gap up right now with Joe, Joe will jump him onto the podium. As now Matthias got another penalty, 6 seconds, so all the drivers are pushing very hard on the limit, and some even too hard, like you see by most drivers. Let me now see the tires, how many laps they've been on. Because from the back with Koen is the title Massive 2 flashback. Yes, definitely. Indeed, Philippe. Oh. So here we go, is the gap right now. I think Joe is slightly gaining on Luis. Luis really struggling on pace right now. Does he have damage maybe on the front wing? That could cause a due of performance, of course, but I don't think that's the case. Because I've cleared drivers behind him of DRS. He's putting in a dominant performance once again. Now Prains has dropped behind Matthias. He's using DRS, ERS to overtake him. Easy pass there eventually, but Prain will come back later on in the race. Once the tires will go off of Lemon and Matthias, he could use that medium set and get close to him again. Plus Koen, they're on the same compound of course. Joe is on softs right now. He'll need to go on the mediums because you must use 2 different tire compounds every race, otherwise you'll be disqualified from the race. So you must use different compounds, and Prain could close up to Joe. The gap's about, I think, 2.6, about 7.5 seconds right now. So only 2 drivers left with no penalties. Twit Lemon is doing well with that, in that department. But not able to show the pace he normally has. This is of course more for wheel track than a controller track, so me on a wheel or me on a controller, sorry, is just not able to show the same pace as guys on the wheel, because they can easily turn the steering wheel more easily in the S sections and just gain more time from it. That's why Kazai is a bit fast. It's a lot faster than Twitch Lemon and Matthias right now. But Kazai just already a second slower than his fastest lap. He's been on these tires for 5 laps. Coming now nearly on lap 22. Only 15 laps to go from this race. It's been a pretty eventful race, of course. But the race is going quickly. Joe's nearly 6 seconds behind Luis. I think Luis is on 6 seconds. Let me check really quickly. Yes, he is. So that will drop him outside of the podium. It's gonna be very difficult for him regardless. Because 11 positions gained from starting from the back. Everyone's made a pit stop apart from Frenzy. Frenzy the only one who stayed out right now. In the other Williams. Is the only one who hasn't made a pit stop just yet. Of course he needs to make one at some point. We'll probably go for the soft tire. The one stop, the only one who's doing a one stop right now. So I do love a tire, a different strategy. I do like it. And he's gained from it 1 position, so can we complain? Not at all. But he is low in the ERS right now. As Drachaman is the second player ahead of him. As now Tush Lemon is close to Joe of the ERS. And now Joe pits. He is going for the set of mediums for his final stop of the race. There he goes, the McLaren crew are ready for him for his final stop of the race. Of course for a set of mediums. Joe driving a relatively clean race with no penalties. Same for Twitch Lemon. As now Luis is slowly catching up to the back of Koen again. Koen would love to have keep the DRS, him outside of the DRS window. But Luis of course pushing very hard still, and even pushing track limits. I think there was a track limit there. That could be. But both drivers pushing on the absolute limit. I love watching them two race against each other because they bring the maximum out of each other and push each other on every race, which always glad to see. They are great rivals, but also I'd say good friends. Who love to battle on track, and like we see here once again, they are battling very hard for position. Because Twitch Lemon is doing 17.7, because Matthias is doing 17.3, so that lap he pitted later. Matthias is now helping out as he's closing the gap to Lemon. Joe is only about 11 seconds behind Prain. Prain on the mediums in P6 right now. He's minding his own business, really. Not really. It's probably one of his most boring races because he's just not been able to battle everyone. As now Frenzy Mate is making his final stop, guessing for a set of soft tires. I don't think he could have stretched that stint any longer. And he is going for the set of soft tires. Number 9, pitting for a set of softs. He is rejoining in P11 because the national one pitted for some mediums, and there he goes. Zai, I don't know how many laps he's done on this set. Let me check. He's done 9 laps, so this set will come to an end at some point. But he's still proving to have good pace. The national one picking up another penalty. That means he's on 12 seconds. Joe closing the gap on Prain. Matthias slowly closing the gap, 17.7. I think Lemon could be in the 18s. As now Luis is in the DRS of Koen. Very interesting, of course. Lemon's picked up his first penalty, so that only leaves Joe with no penalties. The only driver without. That's always an achievement. He deserves a medal from in my opinion. But Luis, what can he do? What can he do to overtake his rival Koen in the Mercedes? It's like Hamilton versus Vettel. Mercedes versus Ferrari. Koen picks up another penalty. That means he's on 9. And Luis is on 6. So that means Luis will finish ahead of him if he just stays within 3 seconds now. And Koen pits. Koen pits. Same for Luis and also Kazai. All of them have pitted. Going for a set of soft tires. As now Matthias stayed out, Lemon is pitted. Matthias taking the lead. And Prain has overtaken all of them, but of course he stayed out. He's gone one more lap since Koen has pitted this lap. He will probably pit this lap. But Joe is about 4.3 seconds behind. This is not good for Joe since those guys ahead are on fresh softs and will pull away quite clearly from Joe. So I don't think Joe will be in the podium here, but he's put in a valid effort this race. He needs to look behind him because Twitch Lemon is gaining on him on the fresh softs. His different strategy clearly just did not work out, and he's gonna have to struggle to get that P4 home. But guys around him have got penalties, so you never know. Twitch Lemon really pushing the limit still. It's all about damage limitation from him. as Matthias pits this lap. Sprain also does the same. He's going for a set of softs, of course. His strategy will be, of course, to overtake Joe. As Joe has now picked up his first penalty, so all the drivers have penalties. As Joe is pitted. Joe picked up damage. Joe picked up damage, which caused him to have damage. I think he picked up damage maybe in the last corner, which caused him to make another pit stop. This gains, he lost the positions ahead. This promotes Lemon, Matthias and Prains all up one position. So Prains gonna have a race where he literally is gonna overtake no one. Quite a boring race, but he's gonna finish in P6. That's a decent effort still. And by this, I think they will just about win the constructors here, if they keep it up. We're still following Koen here. We haven't heard this before in the race, I don't think so at least. But he's following the tempo really well. Of course, and can he overtake him on track? Or will he think smartly about it and just get third on track and second in the standings or like in the graphic? I think Kazai is just gonna full second fast ending those guys here. It's just absolutely insane pace right now from Kazai. Just really proving to be in a class of his own while starting from the back. Just pretty impressive pace right now. Koen just not able to do anything about it really. We won't see a battle between Matthias and Lemon. Hopefully we can't see it near the end of the race. Hasn't happened yet, just yet. But we'll see. Of course, now here is Joe, who picked up the front wing damage and had to pit. Is now on P7, so that's unfortunate for him. But he's still on P7. Alright points for McLaren, but it's of course not what he would have wanted. Well, he was in P4, but I think Twitch Lemon and Matthias would have overtaken him, and Prain would have been very close to him as well. So would he have been P7 anyway? He probably would have. It's now the purple first sector, faster than Kazai, and as Koen gets another penalty. So if he keeps this going, Lemon could jump him. I think Lemon is just on 3 seconds. This is very bad for Koen. Koen could fall behind Matthias even if he keeps this up. Let me check the penalties once again for everyone. So Koen is on 12 seconds whilst Lemon is only on 3. So this could be very, very close. Koen has to keep pushing. Tires, everyone on fresh soft apart from the Nachimban, whose the tires go for the soft medium. Francie is now on P8, so doing relatively well. So the one stop proving useful for himself, so that's always quite nice. Pushing, and he's done a 18.1, second slower than his last lap. He's not gonna be pace of Prain, Lemon, Matthias, Koen, Luis, Kazai and Joe, but he's proving to be just consistent right now, doing his own race and getting some points home for Williams, which is always quite nice. The Twitch Lemon is slowly closing the gap, so Koen just has got to hope Lemon picks up another penalty at the end, or just gets a 9-second gap. Otherwise he will lose that second and third to fourth, which he does not want. He wants to gain points on Lemon coming to the final round, which will be next week in Brazil. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. It's gonna be a very exciting championship ending here. Hopefully we will have like a 2012 ending where it was really exciting, where Sebastian Vettel got hit by Bruno Senna, and who else did he get hit by? I think Carter Kane could have been. He got hit by one of those guys, and he still managed to get the title. It was such a great ending. Of course, floor damage you can't really have on the F1 games, but we could have an ending like that. So if you're looking forward to that, let us know right now. Or if you're watching the stream back, let us know on Discord. Twitter, everywhere. Let us know right now. Come on, show the support, because we are looking forward to it for the last race of the season before we start season 5. It's gonna be very exciting, I'd say so. Luis barely able to keep up with Koen. Still in the DRS, but it's so difficult for him. I think Luis is thinking long term about it, just not pushing really the limits, just staying within DRS and just hoping to get P2 in, which would be a good result. He's done the maximum he could really, because I just proven to be in a class of his own. So if he finishes P2, he still beats Lemon, Matthias and Koen. So that's a good result. Sector 3, got yellow flags. It's Joe again. Joe has made another mistake. And Joe is really struggling right now. I think he spun Spinalla. Next week's season finale, yes it is, in Brazil. So get ready for that, get hyped, let's know right now. Also, Joe is, if he keeps that up, he will finish behind Frenzy probably, which he does not want. Brazil, that's it up. I'm gonna watch. We'd love to see it. As Matthias gets another penalty, he will finish behind Lemon probably. Will he finish behind Prain? He could. As now French has a spun in turn 1. Kasai gets another penalty. But he's far ahead of everyone, so I don't think that's really gonna matter. Unless he gets a puncture, of course, which is not what he wants. I don't think that's gonna happen, but you never know with F1. So and Lemon not really gaining, so it's gonna be really close between Koen and Lemon. Whoever's gonna finish on that podium. It will be Luis probably in second. Because I first, Luis second, and then it will be between Koen and Lemon for third place. Yeah, again, Prain is minding his own business. Kasai getting another penalty, so if he keeps up, it could be very close between him and Luis. Could Luis somehow still win the race if Kasai just keeps it up? Kasai needs to be careful. Another last time we checked penalties, yeah, so I don't think Kasai or Luis will win the race, but if Kasai keeps it up, then you never know. As Lemon's now 6 seconds, so Koen looks pretty safe right now, but unless he gets another penalty, even then he's 9 seconds ahead, so it's looking good for Koen to get the final podium here in Mexico. I think that will secure the constructors for Merck here, like they have done for 7 seasons right now in F1, which is an incredible achievement there. Kasai dropping a bit of time to Koen, so could Kasai be struggling a little bit? If he does drop within 6 seconds of Luis, he is gonna lose the win, but I don't think that will happen necessarily. But you never know. Taking it very careful right now, wants to save his tires and win the race. Realistically, they've won 2021 as well. Pretty much. Mercedes are of course a very strong team, so it wouldn't not surprise me. Because I get DRS from the back marker, which is Danachman in P9. Next one up is Frenzy to get lapped. As now Matthias getting closer and close to Lemon. Of course, Matthias will probably lose that place to penalties, but we're gonna have an on-track battle. Joe gets another penalty, unfortunately. He kept it clean till lap 27, but then unfortunately it lost it all. Only 3 laps go from this point now. It's been a very eventful race, but not as eventful as we ever had, but you never know. Bottas getting exposed again. He's a decent driver, but Hamilton is just so good that he makes his teammate look bad. So Bottas is just a decent midfield driver, but Hamilton is just like one of the best drivers ever, which makes Bottas look bad. So it's tough on Bottas. He's really improved, but like Hamilton knows what standards it is to drive on such a high level, and it's very tough. It's very tough to deal with. And Bottas trying his absolute best, to be honest. Franchise up to 9th place, overtaking the Nachoman, who's just on the medium tires. Should have a bit of advantage right now. Joe getting another penalty. So he's just messing around right now. He doesn't even care anymore. He just thinks, P7, suck it. I don't care anymore, man. So Matthias now in the DRS of his rival, Twitch Lemon. Trying his absolute best Turkey 2020. Yeah, that was one of the worst races I've ever seen from Bottas, but you can't blame his qualifying. Qualifying, he's pretty quick, but just in the race, Hamilton is a different level. Us now going towards the final lap of this race, with Kasai starting the final lap right about now. Perfect timing, last lap started now. Kasai just controlling the race right now. Easy win. I think Hungary 2018 was worse for Bottas. He was in second. He didn't spin 5 times, so it was not a great race for Bottas, but it wasn't like up to those standards of 2020. So yeah, if you could think that, that's fair enough, but I think 2020 Turkey, like you said in the chat, was really bad for him. And there comes Matthias overtaking Lemon on track. Oh, they nearly hit each other. They did. Wait, and Lemon has been overtaken, but will of course keep this position since he is got less penalties than he's got less penalties, so Lemon will probably finish in 4th place, but really struggling right now. If he does pick up another penalty, then 4th place will be Matthias. Took out Ricciardo and Vettel. Yeah, he did that. Oh, Lemon's picked up the penalty, so Matthias will finish in 4th. Lemon really struggling on the final lap right now. He has picked up the penalty, so Matthias will gain the 4th place. Kazais won the race. Koen will finish in 2nd on track, but it will be Luis in 2nd. Koen will finish in 3rd. It will be Matthias in 4th. As Lemon is really struggling on the final lap, losing 4th place. This is good for Koen, who's gained points on both of them. As indeed, Matthias finished 4th. Lemon in 5th. It will be Prain doing donuts. Prain doing donuts. Make sure not to get disqualified, my man. Love it. As Prain will probably come home in 6th place, doing donuts. In the meantime, he spun again. And there comes Joe. He's gonna overtake him on the line. What's gonna happen? And Joe's done it. Joe's overtaken him. Prain's losing 6th place. What is he doing? Oh, Prain. Oh dear, Prain. No, tried to flex out his muscle a bit and he messed up big time there. Prain finishing 7th, Joe finishing 6th, so that's a big bottle there from Prain. Prain just drove a clean race and got bored probably, and just spinning around doing donuts. I love it, but it cost him position. Francine, I think it was in 8th, then we had Franchise in 9th. Because I would drive today, I would have to agree with that. Just on a league of his own, really. Left everyone behind in the dust and drove a great race. What a drive there for Kamasai, the Williams driver. Flexing on the podium, love to see it with cool celebrations as he now picks up the trophy. Great result there for Kasai. I think hopefully he will be back for Season 5 to mount a title challenge. Luis should be pretty happy with that result as well. 2nd place, done all he could really. Beat Koen, less penalties, drove a decent race, and Koen gained points on the guys ahead. So, can he complain? Not at all. these are the standings right here for OSRL Mexican Grand Prix, with Kazai winning the race comfortably from Luis. Koen rounding out the podium here in third place. Matthias in fourth, gaining the place on Lemon on the final lap. Of course, then Twitch Lemon in fifth place. Joe in sixth. Brain Doom Donuts losing a place, but still getting seventh. Friends in eighth. Franchise in ninth. Reza in 10th, and then both Racing Points unfortunately outside the points. So Reza actually got a point, so that's good. That's good for Renault, gaining points on Racing Points. Unlucky for the guys in them, but next week we'll be back for the last race of the season, which will be the Brazilian Grand Prix. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.